doing some live love readings. And I'm going to hang out and wait for people to come on. Do some shuffling while I wait. Hello, hello. Just doing some shuffling for the live love reading while I wait for some people to come on. Hello, hello, hello. Just waiting on some people to come in. I'm going to start taking some questions. Or if you don't have any, I'll just do a general reading about how the person you're interested in is feeling about you. Hi. Yeah, I know. It's been a long time. I did these a couple years ago, and then it just kind of became difficult to do, and I am super excited to be back. So since I have Anne here first, I will go ahead and get you in. Hey, Rhonda. Oh my goodness. How are you? I know it's been forever since I have been on here. So, Anne, do you have a specific question, or would you like me to just kind of see what's going on with you and the partner you're interested in? Overall, I'm going to do how they feel about you, what they want from you, and an action to take. It's kind of a spur off from the from the monthly readings. I really wish I could get my my chats to stay live. That'd be great. Yeah, let's do it. So, a person that you have an interest in, how are they feeling about you? I'm using the same cards as I did in that in those monthly readings too, just so that we can kind of stick to that same, Cancer energy here. Let's see what's happening, how they're feeling. Adjustments required. Hopefully you can see that. Me, not as well as I'd like you to. Adjustments required. Yeah, I wish that was a little bit better. I'm going to pull one more. For Anne here, don't let your past hold you back. So my first impression was maybe like the person that you're interested in has been trying to get you to maybe let go of something, or maybe just kind of see something from a different perspective. And what they are hoping from you is that you're able to kind of find some kind of balance, or maybe just kind of something that you went through, and that they really want to help you kind of find some of that harmony, or just want you to finally kind of be able to take a breather and relax. So I don't know if you're in a relationship or if you are kind of in that dating, scene, or what's going on with that. But I definitely can see where, you're kind of stepping maybe a little bit outside of the comfort zone, or in general, just making some, I don't think they're major changes, just some maybe perspective shifts, is maybe kind of what I'm seeing. Maybe just kind of seeing from somebody else's perspective. Affirmation for acceptance. There you go. Acceptance there. I definitely feel like you've got a little bit of a shift coming, but it's a really good shift. It's almost like once you kind of let go of, you are in one. Okay. Yeah. Once you kind of let go of maybe the fear factor behind some kind of like communication that you need to have, or something that they're wanting you to do that you're going to have to come away from your kind of, like I said, your comfort zone, and kind of step into something that's a little bit more to their satisfaction. Tell me if I'm hitting on anything there. And that this kind of card, when this card comes out, it generally tells me that it's, there's something good coming from making that shift. Okay, let's get kind of an action to take card here. Oh, and before I get too far into this, I did want to let you know, for anyone that is here today, you do get the opportunity to get a discounted reading, and it's 25 minutes for $20. Again, transformation and change. Yeah, you definitely got, I really wish you could see those better. That is what it is. Affirmation for transformation and change. So it's almost like once you kind of, I could spit it out. I almost see like this. He has one perspective, you have one perspective, and you're like really, really just kind of solid on how I feel about it. And they're like, no, I just want you to see how I see about it. And as soon as you guys can come to like some kind of a compromise, man, something really awesome just kind of takes place in the relationship. Just kind of this new, or not new, I wouldn't say new, but it's more of a refreshment in that connection that you've got. So whatever's going on there. And then let's get a message for you just from Spirit in general. Man, your cards are flying everywhere. Be authentic, be real, and true to who you are and how you feel. So maybe your partner can sense something's going on more than you think, and they've been trying to, to kind of get you to come be a little bit more communicative with things. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of some perspective there on how your partner is feeling about you. And like I said, if you want to reach out to kind of, dive a little deeper into that situation, let me know. Sometimes, you guys, this has to do with things that haven't kind of, come up yet. So also keep that in mind. We are coming away from that business stuff and more into that family, and more emotional type communication. So I could see where that's kind of applicable in this situation. All right. Oh, you are? I'm so glad, Rhonda, that you're seeing him today. And you're very welcome, Anne. You're very welcome. I'm very glad. No, I love the energy with you too, Rhonda. It is beautiful. I've been loving your member readings lately. Are just every week. They're just another wonderful message, and I'm so happy for you. You've been in the long haul with this one. Oh, but wait, hold on, you guys. I had a little spill with one of the cards. But the long haul has certainly worked out for you in your journey. I will say that for sure. All right. And Rhonda, let me know if you want me to pull a card for you as well. All right, so we've got, I passed. And forgive me, you guys, if I chop names. So I've got Jamila. I think I said that right. And forgive me if I didn't. All right, let's see how your partner is feeling about you. The answers you need are coming. Get one more. Don't let pride get in your way. And let me get a card for what they are wanting from you. Elevation, making conscious decisions to raise your vibration. So, are you in a relationship right now, Jamila? You're single, okay. Answers you need are coming. That's interesting, because I was a little bit kind of, that's an interesting answer to that. So, I think that you've either got a little bit, your expectations might be a teensy bit too high, or you've got other influences kind of coming in that are maybe shifting what you ultimately are wanting. But overall, there's something getting ready to come into your reality that is not going to make you question anything at all with this, and the answers you need are coming and then elevating. So you're kind of just coming at this. Oh, why everything's so foggy? I wish it wasn't like that. You're really in a situation where you're letting you're consciously just going with the flow with the universe. You're not standing in your own way. You're not trying to control it so far to where you can't let other opportunities kind of come into your reality or other doors open. So it's kind of like the moment you're like, you know what, whatever's meant to be will be, and I'm just going to kind of set aside, that impatience for a relationship, because all of us in that single boat, it kind of gets really frustrating after a while to be so patient in a situation. But the moment you just kind of let things go and you kind of succumb to the universe and the divine plan, that's kind of when things just kind of step up overall. And so that's what I'm seeing. You're just kind of consciously dedicating yourself to whatever the universe brings into my life. That's what's about to happen. But I do see something taking place sooner rather than later. Let's see if I can get information on some action to take now for you, Jamila. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, so anyone who wants to share this or like or whatever, anything, I appreciate it. And then just type giveaway in the comments there, and I will go back and look at them, and I will put you into the reading giveaway. Healing waters. Again, it's going with the flow. It's really going with the flow of that energy and of just being okay with your present and being excited about what the future is getting ready to hold. It can get frustrating sometimes because you stay in that kind of zone for so long, and after a while you really just want something to kind of start to develop, and you want some answers. And again, you kind of got that direct, the answers you're looking for are coming. Really, that's a direct answer to that. So I think whatever is happening is definitely right around the corner for you. Let's see if we can just get an additional message here. You always have a choice. Make yours with love. Interesting. Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah. So, again, just kind of speaking from your truth, not letting all that outside influence. And that's just part of the ascension process, especially if you're in a twin flame journey. Part of that ascension is kind of letting that outside influence kind of dial down so that you can really stay into that flow of what is meant to be, rather than letting other energies that aren't yours get in and influence, the situation. So I hope that helps, and that you kind of curious. I love follow-up, so whatever does come with that, let me know, because I'm always excited to hear when people's messages finally come into fruition. Let's see, who do we have? Hey Sabrina, what's next for you? All right, and I take it you're in a relationship is what I am sensing, so let's take a look and see how your partner is feeling about you. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. For Sabrina, how's your partner feeling about you? And you're welcome, Jamila. Thanks for joining me today. I'm glad to see all of you guys. Partner's feeling, take your time and breathe out. So you must be really busy lately. They're ready for some snuggle time, some downtime with you. Maybe been busy. Again, that's kind of fits because it's been that busy project kind of energy. And now we're getting into that slowdown and getting back into those kind of relationships. Surrender to the divine, and it's time to take action. Also, I feel like your partner may be wanting to be, kind of take things to the next level, depending on where you guys are at the moment. The glare is so bad. I'm so sorry. I'll have to figure that out before the next live. So yeah, wanting to just kind of, do the damn thing with you, whatever that is. Or if you guys have been pondering, depending on where you're at with, your relationship, say if you're kind of going from dating to taking it to the next level of moving in or engagement or marriage, or maybe you're even talking about kind of bringing in some new things into the relationship. or some bigger maybe decisions together, whatever it is. I think that this is definitely some, you guys working together type of energy. And that is ultimately what they're wanting to do. So let's just get like a confirmation on that. I'm going to flip these around because it's easier for me to get messages from them when I can see them. So I'll turn them back around in a minute. What are they wanting from you? And if you're not in a relationship, girl, I definitely say something's about to take place. But I think that I feel more like this is somebody wanting to spend time with you. Yeah, or like wanting to make some plans. That's kind of what I'm seeing too. Like take a moment, let's just kind of be in this together. Let's make some plans of, and kind of doing some of that day state dreaming. If you've also had some dreams happening, pay attention to those, especially this month. And that's for everybody. The dreams are really big this month. And develop the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. So I think it's been trying to find kind of that middle ground of, what you want and what others want, and kind of finding that satisfactory in between, where everything kind of stays balanced and everybody's happy. And that can be a tough spot to be in. That's for sure. Let's get an idea of kind of some action to take care for Sabrina. I'm a little bit bummed because my my messages won't stay up. Let's see here. Meditation for clarity. Yeah, I could see where that might definitely help, just to kind of get some of those, ground out some of those, energies that you don't need, and get yourself in kind of that space of making a decision that is for the greater good. It's not coming from that ego space. It's putting the other person's satisfaction, as an important, space for you, and just basically showing them that you care, and follow your dreams. And so I feel like there's some kind of compromise that you're kind of making. Let's see, what did you say about? Oh, you didn't. Okay. Some kind of a compromise is kind of what I'm seeing, because you're really headstrong about something, but there is definitely something that you guys need to kind of come to have a communication about, some kind of balance with. Okay, let me get one more message for you out of this deck here. Limited space here, so forgive me 1 second while I try to stay organized here. One more message for Sabrina, or 2 more. Spend quality time together, listen and talk to each other, or new love. Oh, so maybe that's the situation. Maybe you're in a relationship, but there's some things that aren't like 100%, that you might not be 100% happy with, and you're kind of like teetering between, is it something that I want to kind of just accept, or do I want to kind of see what else might be. And I think this is the messages so far from what I'm getting. I'm seeing less, of going elsewhere, and more trying to find that middle ground with one another. And that's really where I think you guys will find most of that peace, and where a lot of those answers will be. And so I think the more that you are at peace and happy with your present, the more you'll see more doors open as far as your future goes. Okay. And for those of you who haven't had readings with me, my shit gets deep. I don't know why it does that, but it's you ask a simple question, and oh man, it just kind of goes and goes and goes. And my members all know very well how that goes. I do weeklies, and you'd think I was giving a life reading. Okay, so let's see. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Jamila. Thank you. That was a very nice compliment. All right, let's see. Make sure I got everybody here. Sheila. I don't think I got Sheila. You're welcome, Sabrina. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah. The transition, the change has been like really, really wild. So where are you at with your love situation, Sheila? Are you in a relationship? Are you single right now? It just allows me to kind of get a little bit more specific messages for you rather than, guessing when it comes to just those basics. And a zodiac is kind of helpful too, but I don't have to have it. Single. Okay. Thank you, darling. Thank you. All right. So just kind of an idea of kind of what's coming for you then. In love. Okay. So let's kind of see, let me just kind of see where you're at as far as the X goes first, just because, so I have an idea. Look at the bigger picture. So that was definitely, I feel like that was a pretty heavy, situation, a little bit trauma with regards to that one, but it was definitely meant for you to see something bigger and better. End of a tough cycle approaches that as well. Oh yeah, I definitely can feel that one. So yeah, you went through a lot, but I think you healed so much because of the way that relationship went. You've come a lot farther, where most would say, oh, you need 3 years to heal. Not girl, you went through so much. I think that you are I'm not saying you're there, to where you're healed, but you took so many lessons and you learned so much from that experience. And if there's anything, the biggest part is that you know exactly what you want and what you don't want. And that was very much needed for the next thing that's getting ready to come into your reality and love, which is, let's see if we can get an idea here what's happening next in love. Commitment. Yeah. So, I think what happened here is you elevated your vibrations. You said what you made a statement to yourself, to your higher self, to the universe. This is what I want, and I'm not going to settle for less than what I want. And unless this is going to pan out, in this way, I have to kind of follow the energies and move along. And the second that you committed to that, you also committed to, you elevated those vibrations, which obviously we all know it kind of eliminates those things that we don't need anymore that aren't helping us. And then it oh my goodness, this like fogginess is driving me bananas. Okay. And then it also shows the universe, I'm not going to settle for less than what I want. This is what I want. So whatever order you place out to the universe, and if you haven't, I would definitely recommend doing so, because that's what's getting ready to take place. And I think you did that throughout, parts of the relationship. You slowly put that order out, and then, it's coming in, it's manifesting. It's definitely something bigger and better is coming along with that. Action to take now. Yeah, I keep imagining and envisioning. The more you put into a reality what you're thinking and what your day state dreaming and your vision boards, and what is it that you want, get specific. I wouldn't make your expectations too high or anything. I wouldn't make it unrealistic, but absolutely put some individual characteristics together, and I'm telling you, I think whatever this is, the moment you've just defined it, because you know what you want, but the moment you've kind of defined it, write on a piece of paper, fold it up, put it in a drawer, and then be like, hey, whatever happens, happens. Hey, Thomas, and let it just be. And oh my goodness, I am like, that's when it's about to happen. And it generally is the way it goes. The second you're like, F it, whatever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's when something finally kind of comes around. And be genuine. Be genuine in what you're saying. If you're wanting that support from the universe and that guidance, then let them know what you're wanting. And that is going to help you tremendously. We can want and want and want, but unless we know what we want, then that can't come to us in those specific types of ways. I hope that kind of makes sense. But you had too much of a uniqueness to be stuck in a karmic pattern. And so the universe, finally, whatever you needed out of that, it happened. And the universe has given you an opportunity to, I think you're going into kind of a real deal this next one, not a karmic. Those cards were pretty intense. So I hope that helps, darling. Okay, Miss Rhonda, yeah, let's see. I'm pretty sure you're not. Yeah, we're gonna go with you. All right, I'll come up tomorrow. Yeah, let's see how things are going. Oh my goodness, I'm already excited. Let's see. You flipped over. Or you already saw that coming. What do you need to release? Well, you already know. Get rid of that fear factor. Oh, she flew. Hold on. See right there. Okay. Believe in the impossible. I'm glad that it resonated, Sheila. I'm super glad. Yeah, that one definitely felt pretty on point there. All right. So believe in the impossible. Yeah. Again, I think that things that it's been so much time. I think that sometimes it seems like, you know, who knows kind of a thing, but the more you go into this, with those emotions kind of just on your sleeve a little bit at this time around, I think it's going to definitely help more than being more reserved, which is kind of what we have, that's the energy you have been in the past, and for good reason. But I'm feeling like the more, you're communicative, the more you're just kind of yourself and speaking your truth and speaking that honesty and showing the world the real you at the bottom of the deck. I think that's definitely where this is at. Let's get an idea of what they're wanting from you, and then we'll kind of see what's going to come from the get together there. What are they wanting from you to make a move? Well, there you go. It's pretty straightforward there. Make a move. And the outcome here. Gratitude. So you'll appreciate in doing so. So I can sense there's a little bit of a hesitation just because that's fear. There's some fear behind it, and we know why, just personally. But I think this is just an extra push from the universe saying, what you're feeling intuitively is definitely what is happening. And you're feeling it right. You're definitely in tune, and you're going to be really happy that you did, obviously, is what I'm seeing from that. So that's good news. And I did see that in that last reading we did last week. I mean, you definitely, things were coming together very nicely. Consider your foundation and look how committed you are to love. So I see that this conversation or this meeting, whether you decide to have this conversation, which you know how I feel about that, I do feel like every time you guys get together, it's getting a little bit more, it's getting closer to that conversation. If it were me, and from this energy I'm seeing, again, oh man, I think that came out in your reading. I'm pretty sure that luck is on your side. I would just go ahead and start chit-chatting about, where you guys are at with things. So, okay. Yay, hell yes, that's the way it needs to be. That's what I was kind of waiting for. I'm glad. So continue that energy, because just like you've been probably pretty happy about it, that will continue to do that. So I'm super excited. I wish you guys luck. I'm curious what you guys are planning to go do. It was just kind of a hangout, but either way, have so much fun. You're very welcome, my darling. You're very welcome. Let's see. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna call you Zay, because I'm so not about to chop your name. It makes me feel like I feel worse chopping it than trying. Okay, so yes, are you single, or are you? Okay, I'm gonna have to chop it, I guess, for a second, just so you know who I'm talking to. But Zahira, I hope I said that right. Are you in a relationship, or are you single? And I apologize if I said that name wrong. I'll come back here. Ha 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 ha. That's funny. We're good. I wasn't far off then. I was like, well, that's better than just annihilating it. Oh, yeah. It's that Cancer energy right now. All right. Let's see. Are you wanting to know how they're feeling about you, or you want to know kind of what energy's recommending regarding this person? Let me ask that question first, because I don't want to steer it in the wrong direction. I am going to get an overall energy, though. So obviously needs to bring, obviously there's some love missing from this, from the situation here. So I can see that, maybe you're putting a bit more into this than he is. How long have you guys been exes? So those who get readings from me know that I'm my cards are very blunt, and I'm sometimes the bearer of news nobody wants to hear, and unfortunately, whatever. I just learned to embrace it after all this time. So I can see where you gave a lot into this relationship. You put a lot of energy into it. And I feel like, more was definitely taken than given in return. And I feel like this is one of those things where you became aware enough to where the universe just kind of helped elevate you into a different scenario. Although I do see that cord is still kind of connected in that way. I don't feel like anything's going to really come from this situation. I'm going to say that you probably already knew that answer, just considering the energy that's out there. Now, futures, situation as far as how that looks. I think that it will eventually find that balance between the two of you. And in other words, I think that the pieces will come together where it just all makes sense. These karmic relationships are such a bitch sometimes. They really are. And they can be very painful. But the nice thing is you can expect something really awesome from the other side. Expect a powerful change. So the more you embrace this, almost even now, the moment that you kind of know where it's going to go in the end is the moment you can start to, put your energy in a different area. I feel like there's a really great connection coming for you, but it's kind of waiting for you to disconnect from that. And the nothing that comes from this situation, that's a sucky card to get. I've actually had it myself when I pull cards for me in the date, because I'm in the dating scene. And I'm always really like, there's that card even in it. It's just kind of a shitty card. But I also appreciate being straightforward and knowing not to waste my time, but I feel like this was more of a narcissistic situation. I'm not going to say that he's a narcissist, but I'm saying it was a pull, a sucking of energy, if you will. And even if something came in the future from this, right now, whatever this break is, was very, very necessary and needed to take place. And so, if you wanted to do, a reading and see kind of what in the future, do you guys come back together? Or what does it really mean? Is it a karmic? Is it a narcissistic type of thing? Is it a, life partner? Are we coming back together? We can certainly, okay. I kind of thought that just because the empath card came out and I could tell you just, the nice thing about us empaths is the universe really doesn't let people, screw you over for too long. They will just call that shit out. Either you'll find out about, I don't, maybe you've all noticed, you find out things in an interesting way, like secrets can't be held from you, kind of like natural lie detectors. And the universe will reveal that shit in some way or another in the most random ways possible. And that's kind of, I think, where you were just this person who eventually you got what you were meant to get out of that. And then the universe was like, done, all done. But you have a connection coming, like I said, that it has some type of a spiritual connection that you have not quite experienced yet. So you're going to look back and be like, what was I even holding on to? I'm so glad that I let go of that, or else I wouldn't have had this. So definitely keep that in mind. And yeah, there might be some rest and relaxation going on right now, but whatever's getting ready to come, you're just kind of rebalancing yourself, getting yourself back into Zen mode, you know what I mean? If you will. So I like that. I think those are really interesting how everybody's messages are kind of similar in that way of just kind of harnessing that strength, and saying what you need to say and kind of getting in that flow. That's kind of how everybody is. Yeah, absolutely. You're very, very welcome. All right, let's see. We've got Gerard. Hey there. Yeah, definitely. Are you single or are you in a relationship? I don't know. I hopefully that didn't go away. That was weird. Okay. You have a love interest. Okay. Ooh, let's see how they're feeling about you. All right, put your guard. Love interest. How are they feeling about you? Come on. Hold your vision. Let's get another one. So someone, I don't know if it's you or if it's them, has definitely come from, something kind of tough as far as relationships. And one of you is really trying to get into that energy of letting go of, the fear or the idea that it would happen again, and just letting things ride out and be, and accept that this is a good connection here, really. So I don't know if that's you or if that's your love interest. But there's certainly somebody's definitely, I feel like you both are committed and interested and into this. I think one's just a little bit more afraid than the other to kind of show that and to commit to the situation. But I do feel like that is coming to an end. So let's kind of get an idea. Okay. Yeah. And I don't think that that's something that's going to like hold them back by any means. It's just trauma, man. It sticks, it really does. But that is getting ready to end. So at least that's a message I think you needed to hear. Definitely. You're like, how long is it going to last? Is it going to be forever? Is it going to no, it's getting ready to end. Surrender to the divine. That's more for your love interest. That's for them. That's something that they've been trying to work on. And that's really the only reason that there's even a little bit of that connection left or any of those conflicts and quarrels left. And they are, this was to do with the love interest. So they're holding on to their vision. In other words, I feel like they're committed and they are interested in making this happen with you. So that was a pretty straightforward message there. Let's see what they're wanting from you. Interesting. Again, vision. So apparently, I feel like this person sees that there's a bigger, the more important things in life, the things that they maybe this is like a twin flamey thing, because a lot of times when there's that runner chaser thing going on, the other one has to be put into those kind of positions to learn some valuable lessons and then kind of come back together. But I do see that the two of you are definitely elevating. So I don't see them going backwards. I see them letting go of whatever this old energy was and kind of moving forward. But hold on to my vision, and this vision is very interesting. Oh, I know. Okay. Oh, it's the same message basically. They're basically saying, I am committed to this, don't let go of the idea that I do want this. I'm just kind of getting through some of this bullshit, basically. Okay. So just a little confirmation there more than anything, that they are definitely wanting this and are committed. So that's good. At least you've got some confirmation there. Action to take here. I just want to get an idea. Yeah, just be cautious with those. Yeah, I definitely, yes. And that's what those messages were trying to say, was that I do see that there is, I knew there was a message I was trying to forget. Something about the idea of the life with you is what's helping her get through all of that crap that she's going through, or she, I don't know, that they are going through. And, you said she, I think that's why. Yeah, she, okay. And I think that's why these messages are coming up, because I don't think you realize actually how impactful and important the idea and the reality, the visual of the reality with you is impacting and helping release from that situation, if that makes sense. Okay. And so these cards are just more or less to help you and to clarify to you that is something that they see just like you. I think there are times when you're like, are they even interested? Is this even something that's going to take place? Are we moving forward with this? Where are we going? And again, two different sets of cards, clarifying that no matter what, they see the bigger picture, they see what they're wanting, and they're, ultimately going in that direction. They're reevaluating, their desires and going back to what they ultimately want and desire, which is, love, and is that companionship and the connection that obviously the two of you have. Be willing to be willing, express love to receive love. So they also have an understanding that, I think you're reciprocating a bit more than they're giving. And love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So I do see that this person is coming to you. And I do see a very true connection here, really. And there's several different cards that are indicating that there's something bigger than just, a karmic relationship or just some kind of a superficial or quick, type of connection. I definitely see something that's a bit more depth here going on. So I hope that kind of gives you some clarity there. I do see that they are coming toward you, and I think you needed to hear that. I think they're just still trying to learn how to surrender to that and not live in that fear-based type of, energy. And I don't think it's going to be too long, but again, if you want to look into it more specifically, and we can kind of get an idea of that timeline, I'm absolutely here for you. And I hope that helped. Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm glad. And good luck. Keep me posted, because I really, like I said earlier, I really enjoy hearing how things are going. I keep a very long-term relationship with all my tribe here, because I just, I enjoy the journey. All right, so Jocelyn. Oh, wait. Oh, I wish these dang notes would just stay right there so I could see them. Over here. Okay. So are you guys going to reconcile? Yeah, hey, Denise, I think is what I just saw. Hey there. Yes, ma'am, I will get to you as soon as I am done here. So, Jocelyn. Oh, nice message for you. Yeah, a new start is coming. So yeah, definitely. And I'm assuming you're sensing that. That's getting ready to take place, and the energies have shifted more towards reconnecting and some of those kind of deeper level connections. Blood related or not doesn't really matter, but I do see that you guys get an opportunity to kind of reconnect there. Come back. I'm looking at the bigger picture. So whoever in the situation, was my brain always comes up with these interesting words. Whoever was on the side of things that was just a little bit more ego-based, thinking, that person decided to look at things from a bit of a different perspective and just, put forth what's important more than the emotions and the ego and stuff like that. So whatever happened, I do see that kind of getting squashed. I do see a really nice outcome coming from that. And so if there's an opportunity to initiate that, or if you're trying to find out, if you do whatever, will it be a good outcome? Yeah, whatever this is, whatever kind of reconnecting you have in mind, I do see being a good outcome. So yeah, whoever had that constraint definitely learned how to just kind of move past that. And I do see spontaneity, like this might even be kind of an even bigger shift than you thought. Like you guys aren't not only are you close like you were, but even more, like the bond even strengthened even more. Oh yeah, that happens. It's interesting how the universe, when we're in those types of energies, it will kind of shift us into those different to and away from people, sometimes throughout our life. Sometimes it's just it's pretty much all or nothing at that particular moment. But I do see that that's interesting that you say that, because I did have a message about you reaching out, but that's spontaneity. So if you spontaneously just want to reach out and go to lunch or something like that, or just kind of reconnect, I do see that going very well for you. I did have that message come out, but I wasn't sure exactly how it applied, but that's where that one came from. I feel like really, and I don't even think it would take a whole lot. I think it's just I think if you just kind of chose the right words, it would say everything that needs to be said without, getting real heavy into it or anything like that. a gracious acceptance. So accepting the situation. This weekend. Oh, I got you. Let's see. These other ones here. Yeah, and when you do get the opportunity, definitely reach out. So that's interesting. She's okay. Show the world the real you and have faith in your dreams. So really cool message to come out in regards to your dreams. I do believe you might be getting a call or some type of message. I also had an image in my mind, a vision of making some type of a social media thing. Are you able to get through maybe it's social media or text messages or something like that? Or even making a post about how important family is and how, squashing old issues or finding a quote or something like that. Just kind of getting that energy out there. And even if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just doing that in your mind, sitting and meditating on that, and really bringing it in. And so, yeah, I would consider just maybe doing something like that. But I do see that there is a connection happening. So, and the more that you kind of just stick with that in your mind as well, the more you're manifesting it into your reality as well. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you want to look at anything a little bit deeper as well. All right, LC. All right, and then we have Mac. Hey there, you guys. Let me see, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Denise, I did miss somebody. So let me get you, and then I will keep on heading down here. So Denise, are you single? Are you in a relationship? And then after Denise, I will get LC and Mac, and I'll see if I can fit anyone else in. Good, yeah. Manifestation, definitely get into that, girl, because that is huge, especially if you can see things really happening for you, the more you're kind of really committing to it as well. Single, okay. All right, so let's see what's happening for you in love. Surrender to the divine. A lot of people getting that message today. Surrender to the divine. Yeah, so it's more like it's really silly. It's like that second you're just like, what, screw it, whatever, whatever happens, and that's the moment something does happen. So this is where you just kind of put your order out to the universe. You kind of get a little bit specific on kind of what you want, not too high of expectations, but in general, pretty specific. And then allow yourself to get out of your own way and let that kind of come in. And it's not settling for less than what you deserve either. I think that that's something that you're welcome, Jocelyn. I think that's something that is important. So let's see. So you're single, but you have an interest. Is that basically what I'm understanding? Just so that I kind of get these. Yeah, Jocelyn, we can definitely look into that too, more specific if you're interested. Just let me know. Okay, so Vincent. So let's see. How is Vincent feeling about you? Oops, come back. Bring love into the situation. Okay. So it looks like he's interested in moving forward with you. There's something about your past that's kind of, he feels like maybe needs an adjustment. Maybe it needs to be released. Maybe he feels like he's not sure if it's been a long enough time, or I'm not sure what exactly that means, but they're wondering if you are ready, to maybe take things to the next level. Let's see what they're wanting from you, just so I can get an idea of kind of what they're wanting you to do about this. Yeah, whatever that is, they may be wondering if there's some old energy that's kind of you're holding on to, and they're overall just wanting you to kind of let that go so that things can kind of move forward. Sometimes people can see things that we can't, and I feel like maybe Vincent sees your energy in a way that you can't quite see it. Maybe there are certain times when you are, really, really, really spontaneous and kind of bubbly and happy. And then other times when certain other energies come out, and perhaps that's connected to a past trauma. Maybe I don't think that they know. And so maybe there's just some communication that needs to take place. When it comes to kind of where you're at with things. So I keep seeing an X, and I don't know, maybe they're just curious if you're over the X. Could that be a possibility? It's an interesting message. Let's see what action they suggested here with regards to Vincent. I'm curious. Change and transformation. So what is Vincent to you? Is he an X or just an interest? Okay. Well, he's definitely hoping you move forward. I'm kind of, now that I know that, I'm wondering. So they're definitely wanting to move forward in this. And I think that the situation is that you bring more to the table than they do, possibly. And I think that the universe, honestly, is trying to tell you that you've got something better, kind of there for you. And whether that's him stepping it up and he has to be a better version of himself for you, or there's actually someone else, that is out there that's kind of it's going to have your interest, or that does have your interest, or that's meant to come into your reality. And I'm kind of wondering if this is more like a karmic relationship than anything. We'd have to kind of pull, some cards and see, but I get this feeling like you're not 100%, in on this one. And that they just are. And I think that it's because they get more out of this than you do, honestly. So yeah, this is a tough one. It's a really tough one. There's some interesting energy with that. I think you're a very committed person. And so it's kind of tough to separate those situations once you kind of make that decision. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. So he's not exactly willing to do what it takes to get his individual stamp on things. He's going to have to also learn to forgive some of those things, not just put it all on, one side of it. So he's got some growing to do. And unfortunately, that might require you having to make a move and say, you got to deal with what you got to deal with, and then we'll come back together when we're both, kind of in equal positions here. But there is a transformation and change, but that's required before we can get to, this ultimate. So I'd say you're probably like in that, runner chaser, kind of surrendering to the divine types of stages there, which are, at the end of the day, those are actually not bad because you're just that much closer. I think that's 5 and 6, and there's 8 steps. 8 stages in the twin flame journey. So, you're not that far off. And all of this is necessary to get there. So look to your inner strength, and you're stronger than you realize. Now that I understand that, I wouldn't mind doing, I'd actually be interested in doing another reading with you, just because, messages with twin flames are very interesting, and they sometimes can come out a little bit differently than for others. Especially, and I'm not surprised now that you said that with some of these messages. So anyway, if you're interested in doing that, let me know. The readings for anyone who was in today get 25 minutes for $20. So I wasn't able to type any information on that. So if you guys, or if anyone's interested, healtomanifest.com, you can do bookings there if you're interested. Otherwise, just email me if you would like, or you can leave it in the comments if you're interested in looking into it further. Just let me know. But I hope that helps. Give you at least some information and some insight there. All right, let's see who we have. Yeah, you're very welcome, Denise. No problem. All right, so we had Mac, and we had Thorn News. Oh, hey, how are you? And LC. Oh, yes, LC. Okay, so let's see. Mac was first, so let's get you in. And then Elsie, and then I think I'm only gonna have time left for, we've got Butterfly, and then missed somebody. Hold on, you guys, I was in staring. Oh yes, Thor. Okay, so that's 4. So I'm gonna do my best to get through those last 4, and that's probably all I'm gonna have time for today. All right, Elsie. Nope, I'm sorry, Mac. You're next. Coming towards you in love. What else did you say? You said some other stuff. Single. Oh, okay. Anyone new coming in? All right, let's see what's going on with you now. Oh. Don't let pride get in your way. Communication is key. So my initial vision here was you letting this situation go with the ex, just kind of fully being, separated and done with that whole situation. And really getting out there and kind of meeting some people. I think that more than anything will end, any of this, if there is any residual emotions or whatever connections from that ex, that will certainly help kind of get rid of that and release that. Don't let pride get in your way. Maybe, you're kind of stepping outside of your comfort zone a little bit when it comes to dating. If you're kind of, looking at some different individual characteristics, different than what you're used to in the past, perhaps. I think that the person that you wind up actually finding that connection with is going to be different than your ex in certain ways, whether that's physical or whether that's just emotional or whatever. I do think that it's going to be someone different, I guess is the best way to put that. That was an interesting, simple message. Now let's get an idea of kind of what is coming your way here. So in order to get to that next level, you definitely have to kind of be okay in that present situation. It's being at peace with the past and living in the present with peace and balance and kind of a general idea of what you're wanting. And it's not held on to something from the past either. Those things can definitely delay, what's supposed to be coming in for you. And I'm not sure exactly kind of what the situation was with the ex, but it sounds like it's been quite some time and you are definitely ready to kind of make some shifts and some changes here in your life. Oh shit, hold on, you guys. My little spot couldn't be any tinier here. No joke. However, all right, give me 1 second because I have to turn the fan live. All right, here we go. How long have you been single, Mac? I definitely see somebody new coming in. Yeah, it's just as soon as you finally kind of release, maybe it's just finding kind of, I don't know, some clarity in that situation. Is there something that kind of you're holding on to? I think if anything, I think you're a very dedicated person. I think that once you commit to something, you commit to it. I think that was really tough for you. If anything, I'm sorry, it's still right. I think that was more than anything, the hardest part was because you give your all to that, and for that person to maybe not reciprocate fully was, definitely a trauma, and it makes it a little bit harder to detach from that because, you were in it all the way, even if that other person wasn't. Yeah, I was talking about you this whole time, Mac. What's your question? I hope you caught that. You might want to go back and listen because I definitely, all those messages were for you. But yeah, what's your question? No, I got you, Elsie. I'm coming. Hang on, Jocelyn. I will ask that question here in just a minute. Well, can't tell exactly who's coming towards you, but I do see that someone is coming towards you as soon as you fully release whoever your ex is, because there's some kind of attachment that's still going on with that. I got you, butterfly. I see you. So you might want to get a little bit more specific. Is someone coming towards you? Yeah. Like, you're just a baby after 30. Listen to you. You're just getting good at who you are. Show the world a real you. And working through your fears. Interesting. Well, you definitely have some kind of you're holding on to some interesting thoughts about yourself. And I don't know if it's because of the ex or just because it's been so long, or maybe I don't know, but you definitely need to step it up when it comes to that confidence level, because, you've got a lot of reason to be confident, but you have like these self-imposed restrictions that are kind of holding you back from really kind of going out there and seeing what the possibilities are. So what I'm seeing is, get out there and meet people and be yourself and be unapologetically yourself and have a good time, and just kind of get back into that zone of who you are and what you do and what your energy is about. And the universe will bring you, people rather than you going and chasing the bag. They'll come chase you, because that's the energy that you get into. But you've got to be able to release that old energy and to really harness that self-love and to be, just as confident as you can without having that ego attachment, if that makes any sense. So yeah, as soon as you do that, you have some really awesome opportunities coming your way. And that's what I was saying earlier. So go back and take a look at what I was saying, if you're able to go back and listen to it. But it doesn't happen until you release some of those restrictions or some of those things that are maybe holding you back. If it's something you need clarity on, all of those things can definitely cause something or a reason for things to be delayed. All right, so let's see, Elsie. All right, Elsie, I got you. What was your question? Or are you single? Are you in a relationship? I'm just pretty much doing kind of how the person feels about you, what they want from you and any action to take, but you are more than welcome to get specific with me. I will do the best I can. And you guys, like I said earlier, share or like it, and I will write giveaway into the comments, and I will get you guys into the giveaway. And all readings for anybody who watches this is 25 minutes for $20. So healtomanifest.com. I will see if I can put it in there somehow for you guys so you can see it if you're interested. But all right, Elsie, what's your question? Are you single? Are you in a partnership? What's going on? Tell me. You may have already told me, and if so, I do apologize. All right, so Thor and Butterfly, you'll be my last two for today. But my plan is to do these every Friday from now on. So there's that. Where'd you go, Elsie? I've got to figure out how to make this stay visible all the time. Mike, you're not listening to me, are you? I've been talking to you for a hot minute. All right, Elsie, where are you at? What's going on? Are you single? You're in a relationship? You need a minute, let me know. It's your turn. All right, Butterfly. While he's thinking about his question, or he, she, I apologize on pronouns. Okay. What you got, Butterfly? What is your situation? I will do my best, Nikki. You might be my last one. I will do my best. What you got, Butterfly? Are you in a relationship? Are you single? You want to know how they're feeling about you? Alexander. All right. He's a love interest. You got it. How is Alexander feeling about you? What he wants. You got it. Alexander feeling about you. Everybody is getting that card. How interesting. Surrender to the divine. All right. I like it so far. Spirit's picking your cards out so carefully. Spirit wants it to be a perfect message. Okay. This one. All right, so there's definitely an interest here going on. I'm going to flip it around just a second so I can get the just kind of the energy and the messages right. And I'm not reading back and forth. It makes it kind of a funky message. Okay. Surrender to the divine because a new start is coming. You got that, right? Surrender to the divine because a new start is coming. So there's definitely an interest here. There is something about the way that you guys connect or see things eye to eye, or maybe the interest that you guys have, or whatever that is going on. I wish it showed a bit more than that. I'm so sorry, guys. And trusting that there's a connection there. So whatever is going on with the love interest, I think they are having a little bit more of a difficulty fully committing to this. And I don't think it's because they won't. I think it's just because it's taking a little bit more of them seeing things for face value rather than having that, kind of those goggles on from the masses, from outside influences and those kinds of things. So the connection that you guys have is definitely much deeper than what you would see in the karmic relationship. And I think it's taken them a little bit longer to just kind of go with that and trust in that connection than it has for you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think it's something that after a while you probably would question, where are they at? What do they want? I'm going to pull back from this card. It's a misstep. Because ultimately what they want were these cards. They do want to have a deeper connection. They want to see some shifts and changes when it comes to their love connections. I think they're starting to realize that what they've had in the past really, it might have checked a few boxes, but it didn't really do everything that it was supposed to. And hey there. And you, however, definitely make that change. You've made some kind of influence to where he's shifted, I am an Aquarius and a Capricorn and Aquarius class. And yeah. And I could totally see that. So, and I'm not surprised because, generally speaking, we have those karmic type relationships before we really, step things up. And there's a lot of fear in those types of situations, especially, like I said, those outside influences can create a lot of that fear. But when you really connect, when you trust that connection and you have faith in what the universe is providing, bringing into your reality, then you're able really to see things from a bit of a different perspective. You see things from a bit of a different light where, it's not based on looks or appearance or what someone else wants or what you thought you wanted or what, society says it should be. It's based on that connection and the connection only. And that's really what relationships are all about. And so I just want to see kind of the suggested action to take with regards to this, with this interest here. So really all you can do is just kind of be that supportive, type person in their relationship here. Stay calm about it and let things just kind of develop. Because I do see something developing, but it does, for you, it's going to take a little bit more patience. And for them, it's going to take listening to some wisdom, if that makes sense. And I'm sure that resonates just because you kind of know, you're kind of on board here. It's just a matter of the waiting game, and that tolerance level of having someone else be able to kind of see things from the same perspective. And for them, it's catching that wisdom when it's coming your way. And that can be tough. Last minute message here, just in general for you guys. Spend quality time together, listen and talk to one another. So overall, they're very interested in this is going to the next level. It's just about getting through those bottom of the deck of spiritual connection. Yeah, this is a really interesting. I mean, you guys are kind of a twin flamey thingy, I can see that there is something going on that's definitely undeniable. And so now it's just a matter of time and kind of one of those inevitable things, but you just kind of have to, wait it out, and that it can be kind of frustrating, especially when you're the one on the end of things that kind of see things, and the other one's kind of working through those fears. But you can definitely, expect a powerful change when it comes to that person, and when they finally do, it'll be worth the wait. I can definitely see that. So I hope that helps. And if you want to look at things a little bit more, definitely reach out and I will get you booked for a reading and we can kind of look a little deeper there. All right. Yeah, the twin flame thing is interesting. I'm actually almost finished. I'm developing a deck for twin flames, which specifies where you're at in the stages. That'll be so helpful for everybody because, man, sometimes it's very interesting. Okay, so real quick, Jocelyn. Hey, Carrie. Oh my goodness, it's a long time no see. So, Carrie, let's see. What you hear back before your dad, real quick. Let me see here. Not very specific. The only message that I'm getting with that one at this point is just kind of being in that position, in that mind frame of, what's meant to be will be, and if it happens, it happens. And I think that manifestation is a very powerful thing. So the more you put out to the universe and the more you are just kind of waiting for those to, they're coming in, you have faith in that. It's very, very interesting how those things will manifest. So I can't quite tell if that's something that's going to take place beforehand. Let me grab a different deck. Hold on. Some of these decks, it's kind of hard to ask specific questions like that. No, I don't think so. But that doesn't mean it's not going to take place. I don't think it's going to happen quite that soon. I think if you were somehow able to get through to her, it would happen soon. But I don't, being blocked, I keep having this kind of, kind of a, feeling as far as it's just a little bit more difficult because the ball is kind of in their court. But I do see that things are progressing, and the more you plant that seed and put that idea out into the universe, the more it does wind up coming back into fruition. But I don't necessarily see that it's happening quite in the time that you're hoping it will. So keep me posted. I'm always interested to kind of see, based on the cards that come out, what actually does kind of take place. So I hope that helps. Oh, awesome. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm glad I could help, Butterfly. Thank you. All right, let's see. So we've got Thor, and then, that's really interesting because, manifestation is like all over your name, like straight up for sure. So you definitely obviously been doing some practice there. All right, so I've just got a couple more minutes, you guys. All right, so Nikki, I'm pretty sure you are next, and then I know Thor as well. And then Carrie, my dear, I will do my best to get to you. And you will, if I do get to you, you will definitely be my last. All right. Okay. So, oops, I missed your question. Come back here. How did you feel about our last? How did they feel about our last day? Let's see. Bring love into the situation. So it obviously went really well. Dreams in a practical plan. Be bold to make the first move. So I think that they're actually kind of excited. They're trying to figure out the best way to come at this. Maybe ask you out again. And I get this impression that there maybe some of these, they've been really busy or something like that, or it would have happened already. And commitment. So I do think that whatever this connection is, I do think it's something that could last for a long time. I think it's more of a long-term commitment than anything else. But I do see something coming of this. So obviously the date did go well. I am getting this impression that you haven't gotten the response that you otherwise would have because there's been a lot going on or something like that. So whatever he's got going on, I assume he's been busy, or he, she, I apologize on the pronouns. Accept love. And I also think that there's a slight fear factor of whether or not, they say, hey, this is me, this is how I feel about you, that they're going to get shut down. So there is kind of a slight, fear of rejection. And anybody who wants to put themselves out to be vulnerable, that's definitely something that, you risk. But I don't think that that's a reason not to pursue it. So I think that, and the action to take, suggested action to take from the universe was accept love. So I feel like that's the universe saying that it's a good match as well. Yeah, I think you both see each other for, face value, and you appreciate what one another brings to the table. I think you're both able to commit at this point in your lives, and then, you can take things seriously, and really just tend to take things to the next level. So whoever this is, even though you may not have had the response that you otherwise probably would have gotten, I do see that regardless, the reaction and the response is the same. I do see that there is an interest there. So I hope that helps. And I do see that they are interested in a commitment. So I'd say a second date is in order, if you ask me, or however many dates that is. But I'm thinking that another one is definitely due. And I'd say kind of just take a breather. If you're waiting for them to respond to you, I see that is going to take place. It's just might have taken a little bit longer than that you may have hoped or would have expected. All right, let's see who we've got here. Yeah, and that's the best thing you really can do, Jocelyn, is just kind of keep that in your mind's eye. And that's truly, it has so much power. You're welcome, Nikki. Absolutely. Okay, so we've got Thor. When will you find real romance again? Let's see. Morgan's looking for that. Work through your fears. And you're close to achieving your goal. So it seems like you're kind of in that last leg here of whatever it is that you've been trying to get through, lesson-wise or past commitments, some of that self-love, whatever this has been, you've definitely been working hard, on that shadow self kind of stuff. Take responsibility for, any ways that you might have been, a part of the past relationships, things that you could have done better, things that, you want in the future, just getting really defined with what it is you're wanting. And in doing so, you definitely put an order out to the universe that's getting ready to manifest into something pretty awesome. So I do see unity here. If you can see it from running out loud, sorry. So in doing some of this work, you've allowed some doors to open in the love department, let's put it that way. A lot of daydreaming, which is great because you've been manifesting. That's exactly what you're doing. Put it out onto your vision board. However you've been doing this, you've been meditating, just day state dreaming, having that faith in the universe, just being really, really firm and confident on that. Whatever it is you've been doing, whatever your process is, keep doing that. Because I think you're sensing something getting ready to come in to your reality, and you just kind of needed, some affirmations, which is exactly what it is. Affirmations for positive change. Just taking off kind of that old you and, really focusing on, I don't know, whatever this new connection is, it's going to make you feel like a better version of yourself. I mean, I see some really strong connections here with this person, whoever it is. And I do feel like it's coming sooner rather than later. Like next quarter, we're within whatever quarter we're in. Let's see, we're in this quarter, I think, is something you'll kind of be meeting some peoples that you might have some interest in. And as long as you're continuing to be willing to do that, and you're not putting other people first when this relationship does take place, and you're able to, give yourself that love, you're able to, just be very balanced with that energy and not just giving it all to this other person, which I think is maybe what happened in the last situation. That will also be, that's what helps kind of keep things strong too, because you want to keep things, within yourself healthy as well. You don't want to just give all that energy away. You want to be able to bring energy into that moment, but you got to have enough to give. So that's an interesting little message there. Maybe you had a narcissist for an ex or something like that. Most of us have at some point or another. And I was going to grab one last message for you. Back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. And there's one more that flipped over. Be willing to express love. Express love to receive love. And because of what may have happened in the past, you may be a little bit guarded on expressing that or kind of giving that love. But I do feel like when that's healed and balanced and you are in a position to do that a little bit more willingly, without feeling like it's taking from something of yourself, that's kind of when that new love interest will come into your reality as well. So very close to achieving your goal. Just, again, got to work through those fears. A few adjustments are required, but other than that, your hard work is definitely paying off. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, and I think, Carrie, you are my last one, I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, you're welcome, Thornell. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Yeah, no, good messages. I'd be happy with that. Thank you. I've been dating for a hot minute, and yes, please. I'll take some messages like that. All right, last one, my dear Carrie. If you have any questions, I'm just doing how your partner or love interest feels about you, what they want from you, any action that you need to know, things like that. And then you guys, I'll be back again next Friday. And I'm going to try to keep consistent times in the afternoon. I know it's a little bit easier for everybody. I'd like to do it a little bit further into the evening, so we'll see, but probably around 10 Mountain Time next Friday. So I hope that what's coming for you. All right, Carrie. Sorry, I didn't see that you'd already said that. All right, what's coming for you, Carrie? A win-win outcome is in forecast. And expect a powerful change. So something taking place. Be bold and make the first move. Did pop out. I'm feeling these a little bit heavier, but I wouldn't say that if an opportunity came to not, make it present it, to not make a step towards it. Don't let your past hold you back. So obviously there is the moment that, the more you let go of whatever happened in the past, the more you are heading towards something pretty awesome. And the more that you find appreciation for what has happened in the past, again, you're just kind of just bringing more balance into the situation and bringing, living in that present moment. And that's really when things start to manifest. You have to be okay with where you're at in that present state, and with that shadow self. And you've definitely done a lot of work with all that. So you're at that point now where, you're trusting in that work that you've done, trusting that the universe has your back and is bringing in what you ultimately deserve and desire. And so that's definitely where we are at with things. The more you trust in that connection, the more that you feel that you're in balance with all of that, the more you're heading closer towards a connection. So as far as, I see planting seeds. That's kind of where we're at the moment. Whoa. And just putting that order out to the universe. That's really where you're at right now. Is putting that order out to the universe. And I can't even see nothing in what I'm seeing or feeling that tells me that you will by any means be oh my goodness, what's the word I'm looking for? Unrealistic with the order by any means. I think if anything, you settle for less and you should add more. Okay. You are not one of those people who needs to be more realistic about your order at all. Man, I can't keep these in my hands. So stay honest with, what it is that you're wanting, speak that truth, and you are limitless. Whatever it is you're wanting and desiring, that's what you have coming your way. And so, right now, at least for now in the next, couple months, that's what it is. It's putting that order out. And I don't think it's going to take very long, because obviously your manifesting power is like extremely high right now. So the universe is telling you, yes, please, please, please do plant those seeds. What do you want? What are they like? What are you interested in? And do not settle. Down to the features of, do you want them to have a long beard? I don't care what it is. Just make sure you are not, a lot of people, they'll use the physical side to outweigh that spiritual side of things. And I wouldn't necessarily, I don't think you have any issues with that. I think if anything, like I said, it's allowing yourself to place your order even bigger than you thought you could. And that's really what the universe is suggesting that you do. Affirmation for growth. And they're saying, whatever you plant will grow. Whatever you want, you will get. So just let them know. Spiritual connection is on its way, and it has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So obviously, everything that you've had, that you've come from, that you've gone through, it's trying to get you to something that is far more powerful than you even realize. But it does take you planting that seed and allowing yourself to say, you know what, you're right. I do deserve all of this and more. And that's what's getting ready to come your way. Seasonal harvest. How funny. These are so funny. So plant the seed, affirmation for it to grow, and then you get to harvest it with this amazing spiritual connection. So there you go. I hope that helps give you a little bit of some direction there, my dear. And I hope that, I give you just kind of a little bit of that boost on, you are going in the right direction. So absolutely. I'm so glad to hear from you again, and much love. I hope that you have a wonderful month, and we'll talk to you soon, my dear. Bye, guys.